We love hip hop.
We're gonna get into it right now. Actually, the Breakfast Club, they're going over to Netflix.
True.
Wow.
True.
Yes.
True.
Not only the Breakfast Club, it's actually
a whole slew of them.
Yeah, like iHeartMedia is sending bare people over there.
Poor Minds.
Rory and Mal.
Rory and Mal.
Mealy Mall.
So what they're gonna
No,
have?
that's invention. No, I'm gonna go too crazy.
They're gonna have
Don't do
daily.
this small, man.
They're gonna have daily
fuck with
Netflix
Mal.
uploads. Daily Netflix uploads of the show.
I'm not sure exactly, so I'm just
That'd
going
be
through the post
crazy.
over here via Netflix on their Instagram. It says starting in early 2026, Netflix will be exclusive home for the video versions of iHeart's radio's top podcast.
And that's where my heart sunk.
Right? Breakfast Club,
When
My
they said
Favorite Murder.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe and Jada's
Exclusive.
going to be over there too. Dear Chelsea, Bobby Cast.
Damn. Netflix about to be the new YouTube. Like it's already taken over like the music and TV shows, but
yes.
if it's even more short form than that, oh my goodness.
Well, The Ringer is already over there. I don't know if you guys know about The Ringer. That's where
The Ringer
Van
verse.
Lathan's podcast is Higher Learning. And like he has
It's on
his-
Netflix?
Yeah, it's on
I thought
Netflix
it was on
already.
Spotify.
It's
Yeah.
on Spotify
Yeah, as well.
exclusively,
Oh.
but the video recently they got to deal with Netflix, and they were technically the first.
they got podcasts on Netflix now.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy.
But the thing
Yes.
is, at first I was amped for creators, but then I kind of looked into it more and I'm like, okay, wait, Netflix and iHeartMedia struck a deal. It didn't say Netflix and Breakfast Club struck a deal.
Yeah.
It didn't say Netflix and Mall struck a deal. So I went to these guys' platforms and like, they're not celebrating it as much as I would think mans who struck a deal with Netflix would be celebrating.
Mm.
So I'm thinking like, okay, they probably already had their contracts with iHeartMedia. iHeartMedia owns these properties, so they could do whatever they want. These people probably don't want to be exclusively on Netflix. No one goes to Netflix to watch podcasts, So
this is my question, not to interrupt you. Like, who's gonna say, as somebody who's already like in tune to YouTube, am I just gonna say, you know what? Because I fuck with Rory and Mal or whoever, I'm gonna go and watch the video over on Netflix instead of YouTube.
I feel like it creates two tiers of podcasting where it's like you have the masses who are like on YouTube, and if you're good enough, you'll make it to Netflix, and your production quality is probably gonna have to meet a certain standard and the audio and the visuals, whatever. But like now you're creating tiers of podcasting where it's like these are the best podcasts and the rest are just like everyone else,
Yeah. Hopefully that works.
It creates a new goal though, like, oh, one day we'll get our podcast on Netflix.
If that works.
but
Because all of these podcasts might go over to Netflix and die and
And-
have to come back to YouTube.
it's a goal for owners because these people, I don't think their bag increased. I don't think like,
Nothing changed probably.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the owner, like whoever's running iHeartMedia, Netflix, like his bag increased off this, you know what I mean? And then now their viewership is like kind of stuck to one little island. It's kind of like when Joe Rogan went to Spotify, but at least Joe Rogan had like a diehard fan base and it was big enough to bring a country with him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I brought Spotify subscribers.
And how would you even build a fan base if your podcast is on Netflix? Like all those stats and stuff, right? Like the audio stats, whatever. Like I feel like you wouldn't even have that much access to that.
Yeah, but that's the test.
you have no access to that.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys think that with these moves, and I think Joe Budden, they're going to be putting some of there's a little bit of talk of some of his stuff going over to Netflix as well, that's going to encourage Netflix to get more subscribers because they're obviously competing with YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? They're trying to come for YouTube's spot. So do you think with all of these strategic plans that they're doing that this will actually work? Netflix subscription is what, $9.99 or $12.99?
Do I think it'll work for Netflix?
But the
or
tier
Yeah,
one
like do you think they will
subscription, yeah, that's a
pull
rookie subscription.
audiences from YouTube
If
over
your-
to Netflix?
If your Netflix is $9.99, broski, you're eating ramen
You're watching
noodles a day.
1080p.
Bro, pure
Not
ads a
even
day.
4K, yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
then-
joking still.
I think it'll add marginally to Netflix bottom line, and whatever subscribers that they get will be more than they paid for. So technically, it will work.
You're right.
Now, the bigger question is, will it work for the creators? Now, for the creators, like, if only the full video versions need to be on Netflix, and you can still post clips on YouTube, and you can still post clips on
Yeah.
TikTok, IG, I think it could work for both sides. I actually do think it can. But if they're seeing no bag increase like you mentioned, then why the fuck would you agree to that regardless?
I don't think they had a choice.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Theoretically, why would you agree for it?
You know?
So that's why they're not jumping for joy.
Exactly.
It's cool. You could flex on the billboard. Yeah, I'm on Netflix now.
Yeah.
But if you were independent, you probably wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
I'd rather control my own uploads too if I'm freaking, between YouTube and Netflix. Like, I'm sure Netflix, iHeart's handling all the uploads now. I don't get to do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once it's uploaded, it's done. It's out of my hands. Where at least with us, like, we can handle our own uploads. We can cut a piece out. We can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think this will also do? I think a lot more celebrities will be able to have like Netflix exclusive podcasts because some of those celebrities will try to do an organic podcast and it'll take forever to actually launch. And like, it's hard to organically build it. But like, once you're on Netflix, like that's automatic credibility. I don't even need to know how many fans you have. It's like, you have a podcast on Netflix.
Spotify tried that though and it failed horribly. You know what I mean? So I don't think that would be the method. But what I do think what Netflix is trying to do right now is they're on some bully the scene type shit. Even with the deal with Warner Bros. And stuff, I think they're just trying to like take out as many players. Like they're not even thinking about Hulu and all those little streaming service anymore. They're like, yo, right now we're competing with YouTube. Yeah. How could we take a chunk out of their base? All right, a lot of podcasts and stuff is on YouTube. Let's kind of like take it off of there and bring it over here. So now we have a podcast base now as well and build up their thing. Like how when Amazon, what they would do is I think it was like diapers or something, but like they basically made it so cheap where all the other competitors, they weren't able to like compete. So like they all had to drop out. And then Amazon was the only like place that was selling this one thing. And there was like a bunch of different other products as well. So that's what they kind of like iced out the market. And I feel like that's what Netflix is kind of do as well. Like try to like ice out the competition and like create the monopoly where like you have to forward to Netflix if you want to be entertained.
It's like Big Bang take Lil Bank. And I feel like they are on that timing because they even purchased Office Movers, right? Like they put that. And I got Crave literally mostly for Office Movers. And Shorzy. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
You hear that, Jay and Trey?
Literally, Bell, like literally. So, but now they're on Netflix. I feel like removing my Crave subscription because like that was the majority. You know what I'm saying? I already have a Netflix. Why am I going to pay for both? But it's the fact that they had these exclusive shows like Shorzy and Office Movers on Crave. But now Netflix is like, forget those exclusive. We'll give you all the money you want. Like, forget your other subscriptions. Netflix is all you need.
So it's working. It worked for you.
Well, I'm about to unsubscribe from Crave. So yeah. But it did work to get me to subscribe to Crave.
Yeah.
And remember what happened to Netflix when they had Office and all the, like Seinfeld and all those staples, and then like Paramount or whatever, they took the staples away, and that kind of like affected Netflix in a way where I feel like they didn't forget about that. So if they could implement the same strategy and take the staples away from all these other platforms, then like they're bullying the scene right now, you know.
And you said it yourself. Like as soon as you heard exclusive, you're like, "Oh, it's scary now."
Yeah, bro.
Because when Spotify had their deal with maybe not Joe Rogan, but was it someone else? With The Ringer, then it wasn't exclusive. It was a deal, but like whatever. They were having their cake and they were eating it too.
So they're on YouTube still.
Yeah, this is different, man. You won't see any of these guys on YouTube long form anymore.
And they
that
also
sucks.
I feel like Netflix also going into the live streaming too. Like they live stream the roast, they do some sporting events.
Yeah.
So imagine once they get into that Twitch bag where they'll have like academics on Netflix, exclusive streams. Like I feel like that has to be the next frontier if they're kind of being tactical about taking over the scene.
That's kind of crazy.
I feel like
that's
where it's headed.
Whoa.
And man, they're about to take a lot of people off the board. If you weren't locked in before, now it's time to be like, okay, if I was getting 5,000 views before, maybe I could get to a 10, 15 now because you can't get The Breakfast Club on YouTube no more. You can't get Poor Minds, Rory, Mealy Mall. You can't get none of these guys. You know?
Thank you, Mucho. Thank you.
That's not his name. Okay, that's how Ak refers. That's not his name?
No, it's Maul.
It's just Maul.
Jamil.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Okay, it's just Maul. Okay, I thought it was Rory and Mealy Mall.
No, it's Rory.
He's good at keeping a straight face when he's playing, man.
And I'm like responding to him like an idiot.
I thought it was Rui.
Last thing on this. What do we do as podcasters? What's our move as podcasters growing in the scene and stuff like that? Are we looking to see if we can get on Netflix, or do we just keep staying the course of just growing on audio and on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Like Does this move affect any of us on a lower level in any way?
I feel like it gives you something to kind of aspire towards, because I feel like just the optics of having a podcast on Netflix is a flex. Still. Like imagine like you show your family, like because my parents, they don't really understand YouTube like that, but they understand Netflix.
True.
So they see their son's picture on there, episode 8. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes. You guys answered the question, but you just brought up another question from saying that, but I want to hear you guys' answers first.
Yeah, I'll say this: like, stay independent until the bag makes sense, and don't do. You were talking about the optics. Don't do anything just for the optics.
I was about to say that. This is I don't want to say it's a slave deal, but okay, imagine it like this. There's the iHeartMedia plantation, right? And then Mr. Netflix comes, oh, you got some nice samples over. Okay, give me him, a couple of them, and all those over there. Bro, these creators had no choice. Your shit is not on YouTube no more, nigga. You're on the Netflix plantation now, bro.
Okay, but I think if you can go directly to Netflix, you as an independent creator, these guys have like iHeart as the intermediary, so that's why it's exploitative.
So you said Joe Budden's gonna have some content on there?
He might be.
Bro, I heard Joe Budden on Spaces with Ian. They're popping their shit. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have something on there, but we choose what's gonna be on there. We negotiated.
And that bag is directly into Joe's pocket, you know?
Yeah,
so I feel like for that case, like even like if We Love Hip Hop or Relentless Diaries, like Netflix offered you guys or us a bag. Like, yo, for a year, just exclusively drop your episodes here. We'll give you friggin' $3-4 million for the year, whatever. You get to keep your merch. Like, everyone would do that. You know?
I feel like a big percentage of our audience, because people are watching this on YouTube right now as we're doing this, like, they'd be like, what the fuck, bro? You're trying to tell me I got to go to Netflix to watch this, but the hardcores will go.
Yeah.
You know
so
what I'm saying?
again, man, if the bag makes sense, but don't do it just to get a look.
Yeah, and that other question I had in my mind, like, fuck it. We'll move on.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip-hop.
watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.